All right. So next question. We skipped to Sanji and Queen, and Queen tells Sanji that Zoro can't beat King. After Sanji asks why, Queen explains that King can survive in any natural environment, but King's a remnant of the extinct Lunarians, and the Lunarians used to be known as gods. Sanji asked, what happened to them? And Queen says, go look at a history book. Why do you think the Lunarians are extinct? And why were they known as gods?
If I had to guess, I would assume because the way Marco talked about them being on top of the red line, I'm going to assume that they're extinct because the celestial dragons were like, yo, we don't want anybody like living here because we want to live here. And as far as how, I want to say ancient weapons, but I think it would kind of be cooler if like it would be a doper thing if like the Gorosei were just capable of doing that kind of destruction. I assume it needed more than just like a group of people fighting them and taking their whole like race out, except for I guess King. But like at that point, you get into like mass genocides, and the way they do mass genocides in One Piece is like ancient weapons are probably involved, like some sort of like either Pluton or like I don't know, whatever Uranus allows you to do, like something like that might have been involved to allow them to wipe them out like that. Because if they can survive all the elements in the way that Queen is saying, any natural environment, explosions, Zoro level attacks, like I assume King's one of the strongest Lunarians of all time or whatever, but like if they can survive stuff like this, you need more to take them out in the way that they seemingly are taken out. So ancient weapons, bro. Honestly.
Yeah. Honestly. What about you, Lawrence? What do you think, man?
I'm trying to think about it because it's interesting. I want to know because that makes me question now how old really is King?
Y'all thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Because like,
it's like what?
The thing like history book. So Queen is going back way back then. You know, the only survivor.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
You know, so like only survivor history book. Because that means if King survived, they were his parents. If his parents long dead, that means he's been alive for a long time. To me, what we're saying is this whole distinction, them all dying off, didn't happen recently. Because he said history books.
Do you think that was actually going to be the next question? I was going to ask, when do you think they became extinct?
So that's what I was trying to think too. I don't want to keep adding things to like they keep talking about the war back then because granted we all kind of suspect the Great War involved the D's, but it could not have. It could have been the Lunarians, or it could have been both. Maybe they were cleaning up house. They had that much where they were like, are the Lunarians and D's the band together, or we don't know exactly what's going on. But it's looking like it now. Maybe more so the Lunarians because they're actually extinct. Only one. Where the D's, they've been around. They weren't actually killed off. They just
scattered.
They had one in the Marine. So maybe it wasn't the war against the D's. It was against the Lunarians because Celestial Dragons view themselves as gods because we're whatever. But they were actually the Lunarians are actually strong enough physically to hold that title to what people thought. So maybe the ancient war involved the Lunarians and not the D's.
Like they weren't the target.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like the Lunarians would be the target. That's
that could be too. I'm not too sure either. That's a great point. Like when were they extinct? Yeah. I think that's the best question